exist. So instead, we're right here in the middle of the new cafeteria. So we're right in the C wing for our new cafeteria, and so we're really just thrilled to be here today. So thank you all for being with us today to mark the groundbreaking of the South Portland Middle School, which will serve students in grades 5 through 8 from every corner of our great city. As we begin this ceremony, we acknowledge that the original inhabitants of the land upon which the school will stand are the people of the Wabanaki Confederacy, the people of the Dawnland, who have been the first to see the new light of each day across this continent and right here where we stand in South Portland for over 10,000 years. We are honored to have Wabanaki children among students in our schools across our city. And as we put our shovels in the ground for this new school to serve students for decades and decades to come, the South Portland Schools is committed to making the past, the present, and the future of the Wabanaki peoples visible in this new school and in all of our schools and all of our classrooms. The South Portland School Department began planning our middle school more than 15 years ago with the Secondary Facilities Task Force. After a pause to create a wonderful new South Portland High School, work began in earnest on the middle schools with the submission of an application to Maine's Major Capital Construction Program in 2010, 11 years ago. In the spring of 2015, the school board authorized the broadly representative Middle School Facilities Task Force to continue the work. And then finally, with the approval of the Maine State Board of Education in August of 2016, South Portland embarked on the 21-step process leading to where we are today, building an amazing school for all the children of South Portland. Many of you have been with us each step of the way since 2006 and even before. Some have joined us much more recently. We truly, truly thank you all for your dedication to the students and the schools of South Portland. We are eternally grateful for the dedicated members of the Middle School Building Committee, our board, the City Council, Planning Office, Fire Department, staff, community, and so many others. Students were also involved, meeting with architects and coming to community meetings to voice their thoughts and concerns. One fifth grade group at Dyer School even held an exhibition of learning where they created models of what they hoped to see in the new middle school and invited the architectural and engineering team of WBRC to come and view and discuss their ideas. And some of those ideas are in the design of the new building. Over these many years together, we have been through countless committee meetings, board meetings, city council meetings, planning board presentations, community forums, 2 community straw polls, and a referendum which overwhelmingly approved the concept and bonding for this wonderful new school for our community. Thank you. The Maine Department of Education has been a valued and essential partner and guide through this long process, and we are grateful for their guidance and support. While I know the director, Scott Brown, cannot be here today, we are fortunate to have Commissioner Macon with us today to represent the department. Thank you, Commissioner, for being here. We have been fortunate enough to have WBRC and architect Mike Johanning and the entire WBRC team at our side throughout this project, translating the hopes and ideas of our community into an achievable design for a wonderful middle school to serve students in grades 5 through 8, operating as 2 smaller schools within a school to keep that neighborhood feel which is so valued here in South Portland. We are excited to watch each day as Harvey Construction, along with a long list of subcontractors, take what was a vision and with the efforts of Mike Johanning and the WBRC team, was transferred into a plan with hundreds upon hundreds of pages of drawings and specifications into a center of learning for our students and our community for many, many years to come. I would now like to invite our student speakers for a reading of House Call Tomorrow by Bertolt Rice. This is read by Susanna Carter and Janina Peters, class of 2025, high school.
I wasn't really sure what I was going to say when I got here this morning, but Councilor Dalek walked up to me and said, good morning, and how you doing? It's been a lot of hard work, and this is your baby. You're right, this is our baby. You know, when we were dedicating the high school ceremony, I thought nothing could be any bigger than that. That was a big deal for South Portland, and we were pretty proud of all the work that we had done. But back in 2015, we started a journey. My mother used to tell me that when you start a journey, you can expect a lot of twists and turns. But the exciting part about a journey is the people that you meet along the way and the experiences that you share together. And this has been one great experience. We've met a lot of people have come and gone. We've had people graduate and been a part of this, but this has been a community effort, a state effort, and we should all just be proud, because at the end of our journey, we now have a treasure, and a treasure that's going to provide for our community for many, many years. So I'm proud of every one of you, and thank you all for everything that you do. Thank you.
Today to be joined by so many members of our community, members of the building committee, members of our school board, former assistant superintendent Kathy Tremonti, who's been with this process longer than I think anyone as former principal at Mahoney Middle School. City staff who's helped us every step of the way, Greg Laura, with financing and all the intricacies and making it from point A to point B and being able to pay our bills. So thank you, Greg. And our city council. And so I do want to ask Decca Block to come up and say a few words. After our plane goes by, Decca is the counselor for this district. And so this school is actually the middle of our district. So proud to have you here today.
To talk to the neighbors, to talk to the students, to talk to the educators, to get to where we are today. So that is something to be proud of. In this community, we work together. We don't work silos in order for us to reach the goal that we have, which is to educate our kids. So a small fact about me and my family. My 21-year-old graduated from this middle school. And my 20-year-old was chosen to be the two students representing Brown School to start the ceremony of the new South Portland High School, where my 28-year-old graduated from South Portland High School and who voted the referendum to build the new South Portland High School. So we have a little history city council for this beautiful district and this beautiful city, but also a member of this community. So everything that we did it together. So it's something that we all can celebrate together. So thank you.
Whether folks come from around the corner or around the world, this school will need to represent all members of our community. And we look forward to that process to ensure that that dream does become a reality. I'd now like to ask Commissioner Pender Macon, who also happens to be next to us, to come up and speak today. Thank you. Commissioner Macon.
Optimistic, most forward-looking event that I have been privileged to attend in over 15 months, maybe longer. And I have to say that recognizing the toll that the most recent state of emergency and the COVID pandemic, the amount of work, the exhaustion that has been borne by school leaders and school staff members and community members and school boards and families at home and all of the kids, all of you who are represented here, for this kind of in spite of everything, in spite of any kind of unthinkable challenge, you as a community and all of those who you represent have created, in my opinion, a miracle. Here we are in the C Wing cafeteria. We're in the house called Tomorrow, and we're in the kitchen right now. I love that. I guess I have to say that the South Portland community, school staff, students, and school board members, and especially Superintendent Coonan, you are the absolute embodiment of resilience, of relentless optimism, and I am so excited to know that generations of students are going to be inspired, are going to find out all about themselves in that precious period of time that is middle school. I love middle school. I was in middle school teacher. And I think I retained my middle school student sense of humor as well. So it's just a gift that stays with you forever. But this will be the critical place where hundreds and thousands and generations of students are going to learn who they are in this world, who they are as learners, and what they might potentially be at some point, and they will see all that future reflected in the eyes of their educators and school staff and school leaders for a long time to come. And I guess the last thing I would want to say is let's please recognize that the work that has gone into all of this, and to hold tight to all of it and juggle what we've had to juggle in a person's year of retirement. I guess this is the most profound, exciting, and wonderful legacy that I want to attribute to you and your leadership. And just thank you for including me today.
As we conclude conclude, I hope you do get a chance to come down and look at some of the fun facts of our new school and get a chance to see how it's laid out. As you look down the hill, you're looking at the B wing at the where grades 7 and 8 will have its school within a school. As you look up the hill, you're looking at the A wing where grade 5 and 6 will have its school within a school, both starting about 45 minutes apart so that they do not congest our precious roads right here in around Westcott Road, Westcott Broadway. We're standing in the middle of the C wing and the cafeteria, and then behind me and heading down that way is the gym and the multi-purpose room, and underneath in the basement, as it should be, is central office. heading out towards staff parking and event parking. It will be a building used by the school, but also a building used for generations by our community. Now, the most important people, who are here, we're headlined by our student speakers, and so again, thank you, to our grade 8 students who spoke today, and we look forward to hearing about your graduation in 2025 from the high school youth and all of your pod mates. But then we also have students who will be in this school, who are with us today from our elementary schools, and some students up on the hill from Skilling School. And so as we conclude, I'm going to actually ask the students to come forward, put on a hard hat, and they'll be the first one to ceremonially shovel dirt down our hill. Now, we have done a little digging already, as you can see. But you will be able to say that you were the first people to put a shovel in the ground in the new school, and I won't tell them otherwise. I won't tell them if it was already old. So if students want to come forward, we'll get you hard hats, we'll get you shovels, and that will conclude our event. Grab a hard hat, put a adjuster here on the back, and let you tighten it on
Mike, you need a couple more kids?
2023, these are our students. So Mike, you want to give them instructions?
There you go. All right, if all you guys want to grab a shovel. Everybody got a shovel? Are you ready? Get a scoop of dirt. And then on 1, 2, 3, we're going to throw it forward, okay? 1, 2, 3.
One more time. Take a picture, ready?
Yes. Good job, guys. Good job.
Okay.